Hi friends, welcome back to Port Orford Public Library. Remember that snowy day we had around Christmas? Yeah, that one snowy day. Here's a book about the snowy day, and this is what you're going to find in your packet this month. We've got some great snowy day activities in addition to your own copy of the book. And these packets are going to go out to Head Start and to kindergarten directly through the school. So if you're part of those classes, you'll get yours at school. Otherwise, you can come and pick one up at the library while supplies last, beginning January 18th. Also, on January 17th, beginning January 17th, be sure to tune in to our Facebook page, Port Orford Public Library, where you can see a special reading of this book, The Snowy Day. And if you've already gotten your packet, you can read along, or you can just listen to the story and check it out and get ready to do all these exciting snowy day activities. I'm just going to show you some of the materials that we've got here and give you some ideas about how to get started on your projects. You notice your packet this month comes in a cold sack because snow is cold, right? It can be really cold. Has to be cold to snow, otherwise we have rain, which we're pretty familiar with. Maybe we'll do a rainy day packet someday. But right now, since snow is a lot more fun, kind of, we're going to do snow activities. Things like making your own snowflake out of these pipe cleaners. And if you've looked closely at snowflakes before, which maybe you have seen them up close in real life or maybe in pictures, you notice that they are crystals and they are what's called symmetrical, which means the design is the same all the way around. This side is going to look the same as that side. So here are some pictures that you can copy or make up your own design. And this is also a memory game. So what you can do is cut out the cards. There's two sets. You know how to play memory. Turn it upside down. See who has a better memory, you or your big brothers and sisters or your folks. Check it out. So that's something else that'll be in your packet. We've also got a fancy coffee filter that you can use to cut your own snowflakes. I'm guessing most of you have scissors at home. If for some reason you don't, and you need a pair of scissors, come into the library and we've got some scissors for you. These won't be in your packet, but if you need them, come by and we'll get some going for you. So what you're going to do with your coffee filter is fold it. Starts out as a circle. You're going to fold it in half so it looks sort of like a rainbow or a great big smile, if it's that way. Fold it in half, and then you're going to fold it in thirds. Like if you had a great big pie and you only wanted to cut it in 6 pieces because everybody's really hungry. You fold it that way so that all the edges come together. And then it's going to be time to cut out your pattern. The only trick with cutting your pattern when you're cutting out a snowflake is to make sure not to cut all the way across. Because if I do, my snowflake's going to get smaller and smaller. It might disappear, or I might ruin my design. So what I really want to do is just make my cuts from one side, and I'll just cut in a little ways, and I might make curvy lines, I might make pointy lines, but I kind of want to make it the same on both sides so it will be symmetrical. And then I'll come out on the other side like that. I might make some more little cuts in from the side, making sure I don't cut all the way across again. I could cut out some little triangles. What other shapes could you cut out? Squares, ovals, all kinds of things. You can use your imagination, and just like you, every snowflake is unique. So you can make it any way you like. And it's kind of magical because I got it down to this point It looks rather like a bird. My bird could fly. But I'm going to open it back up and see what my snowflake's going to look like. I don't quite know. We'll find out. Whoa! Pretty good. I like it. You can make your own too. And you can use these coffee filters. You could use any paper that you have at home and cut it into a circle first and go from there. So that's another one of our activities. We've also got some fun coloring sheets. Here's one where you can color in or circle the things that are cold. Some are cold, some are hot. You can figure it out. Here's a paper that will explain a little more in case you've forgotten about how to cut your snowflake. And here we have a little maze of some friends going through the snow. Will you help them get where they're going? Trudge, trudge, trudge. So, last thing I want to show you is something to do with these plain papers. We're going to make them into a pretty nifty snow scene that you can change all the time, and you can make so many different ways. We've got some stickers here. We've got some nice soft cotton that you could cut into snowballs, or they could be snowballs. They're very big ones. Other kind of glittery snow things. We've got a glitter pen. Some of the things you see here are only in the packets for the bigger kids. The Head Start won't have a couple of the things just because it's going to be more appropriate for their age. So if you're one of the bigger kids, you're going to get this kind of activity. The younger kids will have their paper and stickers and things that they can glue onto their paper to make a snowy scene. But if you're a little bit older and want to try out this one, this is pretty nifty. You're going to get one of these page protectors. It's just a clear piece of plastic. You can see through it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some snow to it. My container says snow. It's not real snow. It's not something to eat. So even though it looks a little bit like whipped cream, do not eat it. Wouldn't be yummy. But it's some snow that we can use to paint onto our plastic. We're going to use a Q-tip to paint it with. If you have a paintbrush at home, you can use that, but make sure to wash it out right away, because this will dry on there and kind of wreck it if you don't wash it off when you're done. But I'm going to use the snow. Just grab a little bit. It doesn't take much. And I'm going to make a snowstorm going on my paper here. Can you see that? Not sure if you can see it on the video. See how it's looking a little bit like snow is falling? So I'm going to do this pattern any way I want to. I might make big fancy snowflakes. Any way you want to make your design. If you've got one of the glitter pens, you can use this on it, but I gotta warn you, these take a long time to dry. The snow stuff does not take too long, but if you use the glitter pen, you gotta walk away and do something else for like hours before you come back to it, because otherwise it just stays mushy. But it will eventually dry, and let me show you how mine came out when I was practicing. I did use the glitter pen, and I used the snow to make my scene with lots of snow falling, lots of snow on the ground, and some snowflakes over there. And you say, okay, no big deal. We made a picture with snow on a clear thing. The next part is where we're going to use the paper. And you can make your design on the paper with any materials you have at home. I'm sure at this point we've all got crayons or markers. You can cut up some magazines if you ask first, things like that, to do some collage. I made a couple pictures. I thought, here's a scene with a little girl. She's bird watching, outdoors, looking at the trees. Here we have a bear. It sort of looks like it's springtime. He just woke up and he was hungry, so he's eating some grass. Here we have some friends who are climbing on a log across the creek, being careful. This one I just drew with my markers, because, you know, penguins love snow. So I made a bunch of different things. You could even make them on the back if you wanted to. Now I'm going to see what happens when I slide them in, because this is like a pocket. I'm going to slide it in to my snow scene and go, whoa, are they still just walking on the creek? Are they walking in the snowstorm? That's pretty nifty. You can do this with so many things. You could just take a whole page out of a magazine, put it in there and see what it looks like if it was in the middle of a snowstorm. Lots of ways you can experiment with this. So those are some of our projects that we have in our Snowy Day packet for you to grab and go when you come by Port Orford Public Library this January. Thanks for watching, and thanks for coming by. We'll see you soon. Bye now.